I doubt it. I'm here today with a message of hope for all Americans. With your vote in this election, we will end inflation. And you know what? It's we, not me. We will stop the invasion of criminals into our country. And I will bring back the American dream for your children and for yourself. This is all you need to know. Kamala broke it. I will fix it. It's going to be very, very interesting. We'll fix it. You know, I've been watching what's happening. You know, you do know she's doing really badly, right? She can't speak. There's something wrong with her. We went through 4 years of that. We can't go through 4 more years of that. With your support on November 5th, America will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and much stronger than ever before. This election is a choice between whether we will have 4 more years of gross incompetence and failure, or whether we will begin the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. And just so you know, this is it, because we're not going to be able to save it much. This is it. We've gone as low as we're going to go. We have to be able to save it. Any longer, you're not going to be able to save it. It's going to be gone, and we're not going to let that happen to this country. I'm asking you to be excited about the future of our country. I'm asking you to dream big again for you and your family, your children. This is going to be America's new golden age. You watch. We're going to bring back those car companies to Michigan. They're going to come into Detroit. I've been hearing about promises for 40 years on Detroit. We're going to make the promise. You can have those car companies come roaring back through intelligent uses of tariffs, taxes, and incentives are all coming back. They don't come back, they're not going to be selling any cars in this country, let me tell you right now. And I have to tell you, I just did something very big for Detroit and for Michigan. In particular, I killed the massive plants that were going to be built in Mexico. They're dead. They're all dead. And they were going to drive out all your damn business. They were going to take every one of yours. They were building the biggest plants in the world in Mexico. They were all, and you know who owned them? China. And they were going to flood our country with cars from just across the border, and I killed them. You know why I killed them? Because I said, we're not going to have it. I'm going to win, and I'm going to put tariffs on those cars, and those cars will never be able to pay the tariff because it would be too high. And they gave up on the project. They're not going to build the project. How good is that? And I'm not even in office. How about that? But we will be soon. So if I can do that out of office, think about what the hell I can do in office, right? And I'll tell you what, these are the biggest plants in the world. The one of them is the biggest plant in the world by far. I think there's more business than your whole state would do with the autos. It's one of those things. And what I did is I said, there's no car coming in because they were going to just flood the whole nation. It would affect other states too, but I think of Michigan and I think of Detroit. It was going to end it. You've already lost 70% probably from the heyday. It's dead. And we're going to now build it up. You're going to be bigger and better with the industry than you've ever been, even in your heyday. I got a lot of friends here. I know half the people here. Your future senator, I hope. Mike, you got to win this thing. He's going to win. He's going to win. Every problem facing us can be solved, but now the fate of our nation is truly in your hands, Michigan. You have to stand up, and you have to tell Kamala Harris, the worst vice president in the history of our country. He's the worst president, and she's the worst vice president. They stole the election from this guy. They stole it. They said, you're out, Joe, you're out. Crazy Nancy, Schumer, all of them, they went in, you're out of here, Joe. No, I won 14 million votes. You know, he got 14 million votes. Kamala got no votes, and she took over. That's a threat to democracy, right? You know, to use that term. But you're going to tell Kamala Harris that it's going to start right here. You know, if we win Michigan, the whole deal is over. You know that, right? It's all over. You're going to say, Kamala, you're no good. You did a lousy job. You destroyed San Francisco. You destroyed California. You destroyed everything you touched. You're not going to destroy our nation. Kamala Harris, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. You're fired. All right, we got to get her the hell out. If she did to you what she did to San Francisco, you don't want to have it. She destroys everything. Not a good person either. You know, I see the ads she puts in. Like, I don't have to go into specifics. Anything I did, anything I say, she puts ads in, and we're mainstream. You know what we are? We're common sense. She will put an ad in saying the exact opposite of what I believe and what I've been saying for 20 years. She's changed 15 policies in order to be able to run. Like no transgender operations for people in detention upon will, paid for by the government. She changed, like, men in women's sports. She wants men to be able to participate in women's sports. No, she probably got rid of that. Like, no fracking. There would be no, for her whole life, she's no fracking. No oil and gas. We don't want oil and gas. So really, how are we going to get the cars to run? Well, we want to go a little bit further. How are we going to get them to run? All of these things. She's changed everything over the last year and a half because you can't get elected with that stuff unless you cheat, which is, you know, what they do, frankly. But you can't get elected. So she's changed every one of them. Remember this. Nobody can change like that. If you change one policy, one thing with me, I've been consistent. I saw on a fake news show today, I was watching it. They said, well, one thing you have to say, he's been saying the same thing for 30 years. It's true. They can't steal your car business. They can't take your jobs. You got to stop. It's how I got into politics in the first place. But we're going to bring all those plants back. We're going to bring all those jobs back. And I've been saying that for her. She's never said that. But every single thing, and if you have her, it's not going to happen. I don't believe. Look, I'm not supposed to say this because you got to vote. If you don't vote, otherwise I'm not. We're doing really well. We're sort of way up. But I'm supposed to say, it's really tight. But you got to vote anyway. You got to vote. In fact, we have a chance of maybe doing something that nobody's ever done before politically in this country, at least not for a long time. But we have a chance. But Michigan, we win Michigan. We win the whole deal, and we make America great again. You got to get out and vote. Early in-person voting in Michigan is now open statewide, and I'm asking for you to go to votetrump.com right after this rally ends, and you're going to see something, but just go. Let me ask you, because you have the early vote, you know, it used to be you have one-day voting, paper ballots, voter identification. Today it's illegal, you know, how about this guy, Gavin Newsom in California? He just signed a bill making it illegal to even ask a person for voter identification. They want to put you in jail. That's the next step. We're gonna get this whole thing straightened out. It's crazy. You know what? Even the Democrats, it's just the politicians. The Democrats, you go to the Democrats, you take a Democrat, they don't want that. The people, the vote, they don't want that. They want to have voter ID. They want to have proof of your country. And In other words, are you a citizen of the country? It would be nice to have, right? So, but Gavin Newsom in California, they signed it. I didn't even believe it. I thought it was like an April Fool's Day. I said, are we in April by any chance? April Fool's Day. He comes out with a bill that you are not allowed to ask a person whether or not they have voter ID. If you do it, you have broken the law. Can you believe it? So you'll get arrested if you ask a person. This is where we're going. It's going to end, and it's going to end very quickly. So as you probably have been reading, we're setting records in the early vote in Michigan and in, I think, most of the other states. And you have until November 3rd to vote early. So you can do that. But the main thing is to go vote. You go vote if you want. How many people have voted so far? Okay, that's good. How many people are going to vote? So much for our early voting drive, right? By the way, I love that because we're already leading in the early vote, which is something no Republican has done in Michigan since they went to this ridiculous system. You know what the ridiculous system is? You have the rest of your life to vote anytime you want. Come on. The whole thing is good. We used to have one-day voting, voter ID, paper ballots. Prove that you're a citizen of the United States, please. And you know what? You'd had no problems. 9 o'clock, 9:30, you announce a woman. Somebody's unhappy and somebody's not, but there's no stuff going up to the sky, back, forth. And it would cost 8%. This is not the most important thing, but it's important. Paper ballots would cost 8% of what the machines cost. And paper ballots, how about these machines? They have the machines, and they said, we won't be able to give you a vote for 6 days, right, on election night. We won't be able to give you a vote for 6 days with paper ballots. 10 o'clock in the evening, they announce, there's bad stuff going on. Why are we paying 10 times the cost for something that doesn't give you the vote for a long time? You see it all the time. They have states that are, say, we'll need a few more days. With paper ballots, you don't. France went to it. They had mail-in voting. They had all this stuff. And it was really working badly. It was corrupt. And they went to paper ballots, voter ID, same-day voting. They had one day. They had 39 million votes. At the end, they had a winner, they had a loser, and that was it. Everybody went home. That's crazy. And we're going to get it back. With your help, 10 days from now. But there's a big lobby against it. A lot of money made with all of the contraptions that they have. A lot of money. Not so much money made with paper. The paper is it's called watermark. It's very sophisticated, actually. It really prevents you from cheating. With your help, 10 days from now, we are going to win Michigan. We are going to defeat Kamala Harris. And we are going to make America great again. And we are going to